What's going on, guys? So in today's video we are going to be talking about why I buy from Custom Offsets. 2018 Chevy Silverado, and I bought these 22x12 ballistic rage. They're negative 44s with some 33 1250 Arturo trail blades. 2006 LBZ Duramax. We have the American Force Sprints 22x12 negative 55. So if you look, they are concave for anyone new. That's what gives them the negative 55 versus 44. And then we've got some 305, 45, 22. So basically it comes down to their website is absolutely amazing. So they have a ton of different galleries, different trucks, all kind of stuff. You can add yours once you get your wheels and tires in. But it's a good way to look and see what you're gonna get before you get it. So that's absolutely one of the best things is their website, as well as their social media marketing and stuff. They have really updated Instagram, YouTube. They're updated with what we like, what we want to see, and they do interact. So anytime I tag them on Instagram and stuff, even if it's a generic reply or whatever, they do always reply to me, doing little emoji, hand signs, stuff like that. So they are communicating with their customers, and that's a pretty big deal for a company of that size. A lot of times you get to a certain size and then the customers are kind of unable to really connect and contact with a company that big. When I went to buy wheels for the Duramax, I couldn't find these wheels on their website. I could find the wheels, but not in the right size. So I ended up reaching out to them, and they DM'd me back, sent me a link directly to the wheels. And you know, like I said, it's just awesome for a company of that size to reach back out to you and let you know, hey, we're here to help. It's not just like, oh, the support team that you email and wait days from some of these other places and stuff. They get back with you really quick, and they want to sell stuff. Mainly shopped second time with them is because my first time buying experience with them went so well. Everything went absolutely great, no issues whatsoever. So obviously that with a good price, I'm gonna shop with them again, and I absolutely loved it. I made a video on them before, and they actually reached out to me. They sent me a hat, they sent me a shirt, a pullover, stuff like that, just saying, you know, thanks for making the video, sharing the word, something like, you know, it's just nice for a company to actually see your content and stuff, and that was definitely very appreciated. I wear this hat all the time, so y'all see it in videos and stuff. I like repping them. So I guess now that you have a little bit of a backstory on why I purchased from Custom Offsets, let's go ahead and talk about what happens when you do go to buy something. So you're on Custom Offsets, you're trying to pick out what wheels and tires you want. Well, thankfully, they got one of the best websites. So you go on there, you type in your truck, or you go to a specific wheel, but I like going in there, typing in my vehicle. So it pulls up all the wheels that I have the option of getting. You can go into the left-hand side, do like, for my instance, 22s by 12, and then you can do your tire sizes and everything. But that way it'll pull up the specific wheels that have the right options, instead of just looking at thousands of wheels that might not even come in the size you want. So once you do that, then you can pick out your wheel. You go in there, you click on it, then it pulls up all the different trucks underneath that have pictures associated with trucks that already have those wheels on there. So you can see what it's similar going to be like. Maybe it's not the same tires, maybe it's not the same size, but it'll give you a good idea whether or not you really like it or not. So once you picked out your wheels, got that all squared away, what sizes you want and everything, then you go ahead and you can match up your tire. In a lot of these cases, with certain wheels, it'll say underneath, like if you get a discount by adding tires and everything with it. Once again, once you get your tires picked out, you can see all the different pictures. If anyone has the same wheel size and tire sizes, you can see them on their truck, in which case we'll give you a good example of what yours is going to look like, whether or not you're going to like it or not. So you've picked them all out, you go ahead, you buy them. Well, of course, then you'll get your confirmation email, and things are a little bit more technical whenever you buy a custom order wheel. So with these, just, you know, normal cast wheels, they'll send you the basic, you know, here's confirmation of your order and stuff. They'll let you know when it ships. You know, they tell you it can be a certain amount of weeks. It just depends really on the wheels and stuff. I ended up getting these, I believe, the next week. So I ordered the ballistic rages on 1 week, and then the next week they actually came in, which was absolutely amazing. You know, not all the time can that happen. These actually ended up coming on an 18-wheeler. So they'll let you know that there's going to be a call about an hour prior to when they're going to get delivered. So technically you could go to work and, you know, maybe save your lunch break or possibly go to take a half day if you have to, if depending on how strict your boss is, obviously. If you work, if you're a kid, then whatever, but they will give you about an hour's heads up, which is awesome. So technically I had it to be shipped here, but when the guy called me, it was actually better because I was away from home, I was at work, and it was going to be a better location for an 18-wheeler to come, because they would have a hard time getting in here and turning around, all that kind of stuff, without tearing the whole yard up and everything. So I was able to talk to him and meet him at a closer location, which actually he was very hyped about because it probably saved him a solid 30 minutes or more. So he was excited about that, as well as I was able to meet him in a big supermarket parking lot. So of course you'll see in the video when I get the delivery of the other wheels, but they want you to inspect them. So obviously you're gonna really want to take them apart, because they're all gonna be cellophane together and stuff. You want to take them apart and check everything. So Custom Offsets, when they ship them, they should know, and they do know, that they're in perfect condition. You know, this is best case scenario. They know perfect condition. So they don't want to be responsible, or let you be responsible, if you were to just sign them away, get home, and they're messed up. Somehow in shipping they got damaged or something, they need to know that. So they want you to take them apart and inspect them before you sign off on the wheels and take them home. Because if you don't do that, then there's like a little gray area, like who's responsible? Did Custom Offsets do it before they shipped it? Did the shipping company do it? Did you do it when you were trying to mount them on your truck or something? So definitely you want to take your time. The 18-wheeler driver or whatever, they will 100% understand that you need to check them out. No big deal. So definitely inspect them very good. So buying these, getting these in, everything, super straightforward, 2-week ordeal, absolutely amazing. Everything has been great. They're still great to this day. I love them to death. And they've actually become pretty popular now that I've had them on here for quite a while. All right, so when we're talking about the custom made to order wheels, it gets a little bit more complicated, but not really much. So basically when you go to buy them, after you order them, Custom Offsets will contact you, make sure everything is right. They'll send you order confirmation, stuff like that, just to verify that you got everything correct with what you wanted to purchase. So then obviously American Force builds these kind of as you purchase. I'm sure they have some sitting on the shelf or whatever, but they're a custom made wheel, because you can get multiple things done differently. So if you see like the little billet things or whatever on the lip, you can get that smooth, which in reality is probably better in case you do curb rash. It'll be easier to smooth it than put those rivets back in. But I like the look of the little rivets, as well as you can get something custom different on where it says American Force on both sides of the lip. And I almost got LMF screw, but then I was like, if I go to sell these, who's gonna buy them? So I just went generic. But again, getting a little off tangent. The reason I brought that up was because American Force actually ended up texting me and verified everything. So they, even after you go ahead and order them through Custom Offsets, you still have some time to kind of decide and kind of play with it. I wouldn't wait that late in case yours is different than mine, but in my case, American Force actually reached out to me and was like, double check, verify. Then I verified everything with them. You get several different emails from different people and stuff, just verifying stuff. And you'll get like this custom, well, you'll get this page from Custom Offsets, and it kind of has different levels of, we've started the process, American Force has started making your wheels, American Force has shipped your wheels to us, we're going to mount them, we've mounted your wheels and tires and have shipped them to you. So I'll put a little screenshot or something up of that little page. But it's nice because you get to keep updated. That way you're not like wondering for the next 8 weeks, you know, I wonder where my wheels are at or what the process is. They let you know, which is really cool. So on these wheels, I think it was Custom Offsets gave me a 5 to 8 week potential wait for these to get made and everything. And then you've got probably another week of delivery. So I was expecting these wheels to be a lot later than they were, honestly. And it's kind of a bum because you got to wait for potentially months for your wheels and tires to come in. But then American Force, once they contacted me, they were telling me it was a 3 to 6 week wait. So that was better than what Custom Offsets. Obviously they want to be on the higher side because they're having to put in the order, get the order, put them together, and ship them out to you personally. So that makes sense, completely sense. But I felt better when American Force said 3 to 6 weeks. So for whatever reason, I ended up getting these wheels and tires in within 3 weeks of me making the order, which is just insane to get some custom forged wheels, because American Force has to make them, then ship them to Custom Offsets, then Custom Offsets throws the tires on there, any other additions that you have, you know, lug nuts, valve stems, TPMS sensors, all that kind of stuff. They have to do all that, and then they ship them back out to you. It's just incredible. These on the white truck, they ended up coming in 2 weeks. These custom special made forged wheels ended up 3 weeks. Like, that's insane. So there's pretty much a little summary of the custom offsets experience. Everything is great from the beginning process of looking at wheels and tires all the way to the delivery. So this one ended up coming in with a FedEx box truck rather than the 18-wheeler style or delivery that the other one came in, which y'all will see in a little bit because I did film that process. So after we're done talking here, we'll cut to that and you'll see the whole process of me getting everything in and what came with everything. But I did just want to make this video because I get a lot of people asking why custom offsets, what's the process, and you know, wait times, stuff like that. I get a lot of questions just concerned the buying process, and it can be dramatically different than mine probably, because it really depends on where you're at and what wheels and tires you get, because your wait might be the full 8 weeks, and you won't know either. It's kind of a luck of the draw thing. But as far as just from the website to the company to really just everything is really good and enjoyable process. You know, when you're spending anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 on wheels and tires, or you know, higher than that, the sky is the limit. You can spend 15 grand if you want to. But you want it to be an enjoyable process, and it's not one of those things where you're just like, oh, I'll just swipe it, oh, they're here. There's actually a decent amount involved, and you want it to be a good process where you're not stressing over, did I make a mistake going with this company or something like that. I kind of wish I potentially had went with some Archons just to try that. I've always dreamed about American Forces, so that's why I went with this. But it would have been kind of cool to go with some Archon because that is their new wheel brand. And I do really like the directional one. I think it's called the Lincoln. I think that's what it's called. But anyways, that one's a really cool one. But anyways, that's getting a little off subject. But yeah, they're in touch with the community. They have an amazing website. They have really cool guys running their Instagram and their YouTube. Anyone that asks me where I get them at, I always recommend Custom Offsets just because the entire process is awesome. Both wheels came in perfectly fine, exactly how I wanted, no scratches, no anything bad. The whole process has been great. So I guess with all that being said, we're gonna kind of jump to past me when I was picking up the wheels and tires. Definitely leave me some feedback. Let me know if you have shopped with Custom Offsets. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Anything like that, leave me some feedback. Let's pick up some wheels and tires. I think there she blows. Southeastern. These, boom, there we are. So sick. 22 by 12, negative 44 ballistic rages, 33 1250, 22 Arturo trail blades. These look freaking amazing. So pumped. All right, so we got our wheels and tires in, and then we've got all of our packages that came with it. So here's what else comes with the wheels. They're gonna be center caps, lug nuts, not sure what else. So let's check it out, see what we got. Big Custom Offset sticker. See here. Lug nuts, locking lugs, and some little spike lug nuts. So that's all that. I want to check out one of these center caps. Ooh, American Force. I'm kind of upset because I didn't get a freaking American Force sticker. They really gonna make you buy one of those after you just spent all this money on wheels? It's kind of depressing. Ooh, there she is. Little plastic American Force. That's freaking sick though. All right, guys, well, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. I'm about to give old baby squat a good cleaning because even though it may not look like it, it needs it. So yeah, hopefully this video answers all the questions. I get a lot of DMs, comments, stuff like that, asking hopefully things that I addressed in this video. So now you kind of know the process. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. I know one issue, the only issue I've ever had was one of my lug nuts actually wasn't threaded. So that was weird. When I got the wheels for this truck, one lug nut wasn't threaded. I contacted them. They overnighted me a lug nut. No big deal. But yeah, I think that's really it. And they're quick to respond. So if you do have an issue, it's going to get resolved quickly. So I guess you can tell by this video, I like custom offsets. And I'm not paid or anything remotely close to saying all this, but due to a lot of comments and questions and stuff, I did want to address everything that I could. So with all that being said, hopefully you do enjoy. I'll see you in the next one.